Oh my god, it's a RekStarcraft cast. It has been a month. I am so sorry, guys. This last month has been madness. What's my excuses? Well, MLG, I guess I haven't even talked about that because it's been so long. That went very, very well. I made it to round 6 where I was taken out by EG Strifecrow. And I do intend to cast those games, all of my MLG games, but MLG is being extremely lazy about uploading the replays. So currently there's only a few games uploaded and it's not the very interesting ones. I did steal a game from Strifecrow, so I felt pretty cool about that. But other than that, well, I won't spoil it too bad, but you can guess what would happen if I went up against one of the top 10 players in North America, according to Grandmaster ratings anyways. Also then I tried to make it into Grandmaster, which went really well up until the last day. I was 62%, rank 130, looked really good. I was matching pros every single game. And that was pretty excellent. I felt really cool, but I burnt myself out. I stopped having fun, and on the last day, I said, I will play 30 ladder games or bust. So I played 30 ladder games, and you know what? I lost about 25 of them. So I tanked myself from 62% and rank 130 in North America to about 52% and rank 370 in North America. And I'm sure had I just took a step back and said, you know what, I need a break, I would have made it. But I stopped having fun and turned it all into work. And that's actually going to be a theme of a cast I've got coming up, but I'm going to wait until I've got my webcam set up for that because I'm going to do a little day 9-ish kind of thing, because everyone's saying they want to see what I look like and they want me to talk into the camera. It'll make me more personable, so I figured, whatever, I'll do it. Day 9's awesome, so nothing wrong with emulating him. Anyways, what do I have for you today? Well, I just want to get back into the groove of casting. I have been so preoccupied lately with a very busy coaching schedule and with trying to get myself laddering more consistently that I apologize. I have let this slide, and I always intend to keep these casts going. It's just been a little overwhelmed lately. So I'm getting back into the rhythm of that with this cast, and I figured I would start with some bragging rights. During my little streak of games versus pros, where my MMR was the highest it's ever been, I met against a guy who goes by the name of TT1. If you haven't heard of him, he played in the GSL World Champs, and I think he made 4th. He's a very good player, extremely good player. So I will be casting this game against TT1 because, honestly, fun fact, I didn't even know I was up against TT1. I knew I was against a Fnatic member, but notice he's got the MSI in there. I'm guessing that's because of a sponsorship. And so I just was so busy in the zone playing that I didn't even notice the TT1 at the end of his name, and I have never really paid attention to what his name is when I'm watching his games. So I didn't even know I was up against TT1 until I got spammed afterwards. So here we go. We will be watching it from my view as usual, and I'm going to be showing something that a lot of people may have not seen recently. I'll go ahead and start the cast since there's not going to be too much going on, or start the replay since there's not going to be too much going on for a bit. I will be doing something that maybe some people think isn't even possible, but I'm going to be doing a series of casts on Roachless ZVP. Everyone knows I love my speedlings, but I've found that there's a bit of a wall, I'd say mid-master, especially since MC has kind of opened up Protoss' eyes to how good Force Field is. There's a bit of a wall where pure speedling isn't going to cut it. And it really never should have worked. It's just a testament to how bad other Protoss gateway units are that it works. So what I've been working on now is Speedling Baneling and all the different versions of it. Everything from 2-base Baneling bust to Overlord drops to very passive Baneling play to Burrow play, which is a lot of fun if you know they're 6-gating. It's kind of like Burrow Roach, except for their army dies even faster. So yeah, lots of fun. And it's what I'm doing exclusively now. My win rate has dropped like a rock because of it, but the experimentation phase is over, and it's winning even more frequently than my mass speedling was previously, so I am liking it quite a bit. So we have the 11 over pool. I will probably use this build till the day I die. It is just so stable against Protoss. And so you can actually expect the 19 hatchery. It's turned into a 19 now because I always get that second extractor trick in so that I can have 4-lings instead of 2. I really like to pressure the gateway, see if I can sneak my Zerglings in. I'd say 30 to 40% of the time I get the Zerglings in. And I noticed a really quick probe here. So I'm already metagaming a bit. I'm saying, quick probe, you know what? very likely to 4-gate me or maybe blink stalker rush me or something like that. And if I recall, I actually should have watched this replay just so that I knew what I was going to be talking about, but I haven't watched this replay in quite a while. But I'm pretty sure I metagame this a bit and say, you know what, he's likely to 4-gate me or something to that effect. I'm going to go ahead and go the quickest possible +1 variant, where you leave your drones on gas until 200. Now this is not economical at all, but it survives 4-gate extremely well, and in fact it almost always comes out with a very, very nice tempo advantage. So I decided to go for that. I'm pretty sure I decided to go for that. I make no promises. And we see that I'm indeed getting that up to 19, and he is going to go ahead and let me have my expand. He did not see any indication I wanted to expand, and that's what I've been doing lately. Oh, also, fun fact, I have faked a lot of people out with that extractor trick just there. You leave the gas going as long as possible, because oftentimes their probe will leave and go, what the hell? 2 gas? What's 1 base 2 gas are going to do? I don't know. Maybe it's a Nidus rush? And so I faked a lot of people out. They've actually asked me after the fact, what was the 2 gas for? And I tell them, it was a trick. Just an extractor trick, nothing special. Unfortunately, he doubled back, and he did see the hatchery. Otherwise, I could have had a lot more fun with the mind games. So I'm scouting, and I'm seeing 2 gas, and at this point, okay, I go ahead and pull off gas. So, okay, I did not metagame him like I thought I would. But that's what I would have done these days. This is about a month ago that this was played. So I check it out and see 2 gas, and at this point I'm thinking, okay, maybe 2 gas expand, or 3-gate expand, and I got the Zergling in, so I'm not even going to need to Suicide an Overlord, which is good, but he's still there anyways. And, oh, down goes the probe. And this is kind of interesting. I honestly, in hindsight, he's a top player. Maybe he was a little tilted this game, I don't know. But throwing away a probe to a single Zergling is really, really surprising for a player of this caliber. And so the hatchery is up. And at this point, I'm really not sure what I'm thinking of it. But since I saw a sentry first, I'm generally going to say it's a 3-gate expand. It could be an MC4 gate, but that's actually become a little bit less common these days, believe it or not. The MC4 gate just stopped working because it relies so heavily on the player taking the bait, and now that everyone knows what the MC4 gate is, they don't take the bait so much. So everyone's kind of going builds that are just good against both 3-gate expand and MC4 gate. Evo chamber's going down. I'm back on gas. And did I make a Maynard? I don't even know if I made a Maynard. I'm kind of curious. Wonder why I didn't make a Maynard. Oh, maybe I was just off my game this game as well. Okay, well, saturation's still pretty good. Oh, I should be catching that. So I send in a scout, check. Okay, it is indeed a 3-gate expand. And it's not confirmed, but that many sentries sitting out there at 6 minutes 30 seconds, he would have aggressed by now. But I go ahead and make some extra spine crawlers anyways. And there's not a lot to talk about. Oh, I grabbed a second gas. Why? Well, because now I'm thinking, okay, you know what? This is a really good player. Maybe I should go for a Baneling bust. And you need 2 gas when you're high economy Baneling busting a Protoss. Oh, tap up. Sorry. And so there is a little bit of aggression. This is pretty clearly off of 3 gates, though. At 7 minutes, you know, that's not too terribly much. And I honestly was caught in a really bad place there with the repositioning of my spines. That could have ended very badly had I, you know, had those spines taken another 10 seconds. So, you know, that timing was very, very close. And that would have cost me the entire game just with a little chain force field on the ramp. But fortunately, these spines did finish moving, and I was all well. And so we check my income, and I'm actually behind here because I'm cutting drones. And I'm actually putting up a Baneling nest, and mid-map, this is just a habit I have against Zerg because I high-economy Baneling bust. Whoa. Because I high-economy Baneling bust against Terran a lot as well, and I want to dodge the scans. But in this case, it's not really going to have too much practicality other than making me feel cool. And my phone is freaking out. Boost mobile phones. They like to make your headphones static in your ear whenever they're reading something. I'm guessing those are the same radio waves that scramble our brains. So, yeah, if you get a Boost mobile phone, don't ever put it next to your speaker if you plug into your speaker like I do, because you'll end up going deaf when you receive a call or text message. What are these Zerglings doing? Oh, yeah. I saw a probe strolling off. There it is. He's checking for hidden expo. So, I managed to catch a probe. Nothing wrong with a free probe snipe. And I'm cutting at 30, and, you know, I snuck in a couple drones there, and this is pretty much all there is going to be to it. I'm cutting drones at a reasonable number. This is not all in, believe it or not. You know, I've got 2 base. I can very easily take a 3rd, although I believe this game I do not, since we're close position. Morphing in the back so that any scouting probes, and actually I should have a little Zergling contained down here to make sure those scouting probes, but nevertheless morphing in the back so that there is as little chance as possible for him to spot this. And it actually pays off. Look at this observer. Look at that observer. Strolled right past. Had that not occurred, I would have auto-lost, because what I'm about to do depends on the element of surprise. And I got lucky there. It was a combination of a good decision to morph back there, but then also just plain luck that he didn't check back there. And so I guess I've kind of spoiled the game. I apologize for that, but yeah, most of my casts aren't really for the entertainment value anyways. So here comes the Banelings, and we're just watching to see how well he can force field. Pretty damn well. TT1 force fielding like the pro he is. And you time it for these force fields and immediately crawl through when they're finished. And this is where he misses the re-force field. It was just a case of my timing on the force fields being a little better than his. And I'm able to clean up all the sentries. Well, this doesn't look too damaging, except for the rally. On production, okay, they've already hatched, so it's not as impressive. But you would have seen about 20 Zerglings producing earlier. And this is the most important part about this kind of a bust, is you need to go ahead and make sure that you're injecting the entire time. You need to be backspace tricking, or whatever you do to inject, do it while the combat is occurring. And at this point, I'm just rallying +1 speedlings, and there's the GG. And I gotta rewind, because the coolest part about all of this is actually something, another case where I got lucky, I'd say. And I make no mistake about it. I am not showing this because I feel I'm better than TT1. He is by far the better player. It's just, it feels kind of cool to know I'm getting to a point that A, I can match against these kind of players, and B, I can steal a game from them. That's a really cool feeling. And it does not mean I could win a best of 7, or even a best of 5, or even I could maybe steal 2 games. So maybe a best of 3, but the odds are not good. It just means that, hey, getting there. It's kind of like when you're starting to place up to Master or Diamond, and you play against that first Diamond player, and you're like, whoa, I actually held my own against this guy. So it's a pretty cool feeling. But like I said, a lot of areas here where I got lucky, and I pointed that out. So please don't take this as me saying that I am better than TT1 in any respect. I'm miles behind him. So there's something I want to show here. Watch these probes. And this was just a panic play on his part, I think, just bottling them up. But I managed to... Is this the game? Yes, it is. Okay. So he's running away, running away, running away. Oh, crap. That's a ledge. Oh, God. Oh, and I was literally yelling when that occurred. When I was playing this game, my buddy Eric was sitting right next to me, and I had said it was a guy from Fnatic, so I knew he was a pro, and Eric was watching really closely, and I'm sitting there like yelling like, fuck yeah! I mean, sorry. Frack yeah. So, yeah, this was definitely an adrenaline rush for me. So, I hope this showed you guys something you may not have seen. It's becoming so common that most Protoss players these days are catching it and punishing it, and that came very close to happening here. Had TT1 not missed that follow-up force field, this whole bust would have been a wash, and I would have had to go into a very, very rough macro game. This isn't all in, but make no mistake, if you deal no damage, you are behind. You can still win, but not a very good chance, especially not close position shattered, just because your expansions are not very defensible. So, I guess that's it. Just a short little cast. I'm going to be doing a series on this new Ling drops into Queen Broodlord. That is kind of the phases of the game. I start out +1 Ling. Oh, hi Train. Thanks for ruining my cast. I start out +1 Ling, then I go into +1 Ling Bling. I may bust. I may just play it passive. Then I go into drops or burrow, usually drops. And then after that, I go into my Queen Broodlord shenanigans, which still to this day tend to just raffle people. Although today I had a game where, fun fact, I say that too much, but this is something that'll make people laugh. I right-clicked my Broodlords through his Stalker Ball, and it was such a ridiculously easy win for me. He had 8 Colossus on the field. 8 Colossus against 14 Broodlords. So you can imagine how little he had to shoot down my Broodlords. It was about 10 Stalkers. But I right-clicked, and I was over busy managing my Speedling flank, and I came back to realize half my Broodlords were dead. So, yeah, don't right-click your Broodlords, folks. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to try and get it back to a little more regular, maybe one every other couple of days. So, hopefully I'll have another one for you guys by, midweek. All right, thanks for watching.